Welcome back to the series, How to Write an IEP Part 3. Smash that like and subscribe button and let's get into it. In the last videos, we talked about collecting data and using the present levels of performance to drive the entire IEP. You're probably so tired of me saying that. Now that you've already got your data collected and you've already started to analyze that data, start thinking about what you want your students' IEP goals to be for the next year. Before you even write that portion of the IEP, let's back up just a little bit, and now we're just going to actually start sitting down and writing the IEP. Every state does it differently. So the first page of the IEP in my state and in my county is all about the student. It's all about their medical information, their address, their strengths, their overall performance, parent input and concerns, their adverse impact statement, how their disability affects them, and really why we have the entire IEP. And then it goes through a list of the considerations of special factors. So when I start writing the IEP, I literally start on page 1 and I fill out all of that stuff. I put TBD for the medical information because I don't know, unless I've communicated with the parent, that there's any updates to the medical information. I put TBD for parent concerns and TBD for post-secondary input and concerns, because you can't really fill that in until the parent actually gives you what they may or may not be concerned with. You do need to fill out the student strengths and the overall student performance. So for us, we do overall student performance, not just strengths, but it's really important to add student strengths in there because let's face it, for a parent sitting in an IEP meeting, they are unfortunately hearing a lot of quote unquote negative things about their child, or things that their child struggles with, or things that their child essentially, maybe in their brain, they're thinking, oh my God, my child can't do this yet. Unfortunately, that parent is hearing a lot of negative things. So we want to paint a really good picture of the student. You can always find something good to say about a student. I'm serious when I say that, okay? For the overall performance, you really want to hone in on their strengths. You can add what they're struggling with, but honestly, you can add what they're struggling with, but I wouldn't harp on that too much, because that's what the whole IEP is going to be about, okay? So really consider your students' overall performance, get input from your other teachers, see how they're doing in their other classes, especially if you teach middle and high school, and then go from there. If you see the student one-on-one, this is really going to be helpful for filling out the overall performance, because you're really going to be able to paint a good picture of what they're doing right now. Next, you're going to fill out the adverse impact statement. Do not have a strength in writing these. But if you struggle with this, I would just ask somebody in your building to help you with this. And then for mine, it's all of these questions, considerations of special factors. Is the student limited in English proficiency? Is the student deaf or hard of hearing? Does the student have a reliable source or form of communication? Does the student's behavior impact his or her learning in the classroom? Those are all questions that I answer. So when you're writing the IEP, literally just start from page 1. If you don't want to do that, then find another method that works for you. This is how I do it. This has always been easy for me. I've been doing this for 9 years. Start on page 1, fill out all that information, and we're really going to write the IEP in manageable chunks. Sometimes you may be able to write the IEP in one day. Sometimes it may take you several days. When I worked in a self-contained classroom, it took me several days to write IEPs sometimes. So go ahead and get started with page 1 of the IEP. And in the next video, we're going to go through the transition portion of the IEP, in addition to updating the present levels of performance and finding that true deficit area for those kids that you're writing the IEPs for. Click the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.